something else. Now, earlier this year, I was doing a jelly wrestling event on Good Friday.
As you do.
Yeah, girl on girl jelly wrestling. But whilst I was setting up, I looked up at the TV and the Good Friday appeal was on, and I saw your crazy ass dancing around on top of desks and all this other type of gear. What was going on there?
Okay, well, so basically, I have a bit of love of boy bands. If you don't really know, I mean, this is the thing, is I grew up, my favourite, this was the thing, I could only ever reveal this once I actually had a girlfriend. Because prior to that I could not get her, but I'm obsessed with human nature.
Yes.
So, does anyone know who human nature is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look, everyone, yeah. Yeah, you know, they're actually in Vegas now, I've seen them 5 times.
And they point you out as well, don't
But they do, this is the thing, they've seen me in their crowd because I go to Vegas and sit front row by myself, and it's so awkward because I stand up, I scream, and they point at me and they're doing their boy band, and they're just like, is that guy from Vegas? And they really do. It's really kind of awkward now. It's to the point, but this is the thing, I have friends, mutual friends with them, and because, you know, you meet people in the industry and they're like, dude, do you want to hang out with them? I'm going to sing, and I'm like, man, I don't want to meet them. I don't want to talk to them. Like, I've had photos with them and stuff, but I don't want to...
fanboy, you want to keep the fanboy...
I want to keep the fanboy thing. I've got nothing to talk to them about except for their video clips. You know what I mean? Like,
with Human Nature, do they still play that song they did with John Farnham? Because I had that in my head the other day.
Oh, that's
Every
all.
time you cry,
Yeah.
save up all your tears.
Yeah, that's all they play. Well, no, because that was one of their biggest, most recent hits, and that was when you know, it was kind of they went through all their phases. The first one was like we're pretty boy nice guys, which you see now, which is like, you know, One Direction, that kind of thing. And then they went to like, oh, we're all brooding and dark, like Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
And then they went all like in sync, where they started to do in sync dancing.
Yeah, right. So I didn't follow them that closely.
So people didn't really notice the transition that they were going through, and but I did, and so I used to imitate them and learn their moves, and so basically at Good Friday there happened to be this thing, and I was hosting the phone rooms. And then awkwardly, you know, they sort of said, oh, listen, you know, there's this question, and I was like, oh, well, you know, I've got something on my phone, I've got some music, and I've mixed together a piece, you know. Of course, you know, it's like you always have to have just in case music. You know what I mean?
We've got that, haven't we? Yeah, totally.
You've got just in case music?
Yeah.
Yeah, for everything you do. So, you know, so that you can kind of pull something out in case, and so that's, so that's kind of what happened on Good Friday.
Yeah, right. But so, just with the Human Nature, they're in the Motown thing at the moment.
They are. I mean, that's the cash grab, really.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I love Human Nature, and they're great at the Motown thing, and they've got a great thing going over in Vegas, and they've been there for 5 years. But you know, I want their originals. You know what I mean? It's like when a band does cover. You know, oh man, this is my biggest pet hate. You know when you love a song, and then all of a sudden you hear it on like Gold FM, and you're like, wait a second, what? They're doing a cover of This Band Now song, which means that they did it first, which means I now hate the song that I used to. So that's my big hate. And so now every Human Nature song, which they do well, it's just not what it used to be.
Well, I was listening to Gold FM the other day, and I heard "You're Still My Sunshine." You remember that? Was it Kate? What's it?
Len.
Len? Yeah. What is it?
Still My Sunshine.
Yeah, Still My Sunshine. Do you know that song?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I heard that. I remember when that song came out, and I'm hearing it on Gold FM now, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm almost 30.
Yeah, well, it kind of wakes you up. I mean, I remember, because you know, of course, you know, if you like Human Nature, you also like Britney Spears. I'm sorry, guys, that's just what happened through my time.
When that hits gold, that's going to be
well, when that hits gold, but I remember, you know, bopping down to My Prerogative, and then being in a bar once, and then just, you know, like, is it Billy Ray or someone? No, it's a cover. She's singing like, that's my prerogative. And I'm like, it's not your prerogative. It's someone else's prerogative back in the 80s. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, sorry, that's just... I've had my rants. Oh, look, it doesn't even work. It's like... Oh, sorry. I don't even get the lamb. Okay.
Have another shot, man. Have another shot. Flick that bean. Yeah.